Welcome to Stories and Stationery. This is a brand new channel where we explore how planning, journaling, and storytelling can lead to peace and productivity in your work and throughout your life. I'm your host, Ebony. I have been an educator and author for more than 25 years. Today, I want to talk about how I began discbound planning. I have evolved over the past 3 years since January 2022 from someone who exclusively used digital calendars such as Outlook, Google, and iCal by Apple to someone who has a full hybrid planning system that keeps me going in every area of my life. I decided that I was going to start combining elements of various planner systems so that I could start my own in the middle of 2024. For my first 2.5 years as a planner and journaler, I was almost exclusively using Happy Planner products. Since then, I have now evolved to a planner stack, in part inspired by many of the folks who have videos here. During this video, I'm not going to go through the entire planner stack so that you know how I am using all of these. Keep this principle in mind. When you were in school, you had a textbook for every subject, and sometimes you had a different notebook for each of those subjects. Well, just like you had a different notebook for every subject or a 5 subject notebook, these are my 5 subjects of life currently that I am using in my planner stack. If you find this sort of content useful, hit the like and subscribe buttons and share this video with a friend. It's the only way that other busy bees like you and me can find my channel. Thank you. Let's get into it. Before I begin my unboxing, I want to talk about my planner stack. And before I begin talking about my planner stack, I need to give a huge shout out to Vilissa Thompson, the well-known founder of Ramp Your Voice, who is a dear friend of mine and has become almost a life coach since we had a conversation in December 2021. I was feeling very overwhelmed in my new position. I had moved during the pandemic and found myself with more than I could juggle on a daily basis. I found that just using calendar apps was not helping me at all whatsoever. And so Vilissa asked, well, are you using a paper planner at all? And I thought paper planners were something that we retired once we got smartphones. Well, thankfully, she introduced me to the wide world of paper planners. Over the next month, I'd like to share my system with you. So, in order, I am using a Louis Vuitton Damier Ebene agenda. This is the desk agenda, so it's the one that doesn't have a clip. Because I am a disc-bound planner, that means that I cannot use rings or don't want to have the rings in the middle of the planner. This is going to be my writing planner. And I can't wait to show you more about how I will be using this planner in a future video. So let's back up so you can actually see it. And you can see how thick it is. This planner was my workhorse for the second half of fall 2024. And I have decided that I am going to leave this at home in favor of what you saw in a previous video, which is my current workhorse planner. Both of these planners are half letter disc bound. So just as I said in the previous video, I have the discs that bind my planner. So you see they don't have the familiar ring binder system where you open up the rings. The rings in a disc bound system don't open. They're just circular discs with a groove so that you can move them. This is what I'm going to be using for work. This will be my everyday carry for when I'm on campus. And so that is also part of the system. Both of these planners are half letter size. Let's see if you can see that. See, the paper is the same size. I do have the weekly admin cloth and paper inserts that are dominant in my writing and reading tracker. So sort of my project tracker. I will go over this in a future video. And I also believe I am using Levenger copper discs with this planner. I will do a full video. Of course, I've already gone over my workforce planner and plan to update you on how that is going. That brings me to the final 3 planners in my system. These are Happy Planner Classic Size disc-bound planners. And like I said, I had multiple Jane's Agenda vegan leather covers that I am using for this year or currently. I would like to invest in cloth and paper, Notique, and some of the other planner, very luxe and upmarket. But for now, I want to stay within my budget. First is my financial planner. I'm really excited about using this planner. I plan to be in this regularly this year, and it is a Happy Planner classic size. I'm not a financial expert. I don't want anything I say to be construed as financial advice, but I probably will do a quick video just showing you how I've set it up. And I have lots of room, as you can see, with the expander discs from Happy Planner in order to contain any of the inserts I need to put in throughout the 2025 fiscal year. So I'm really happy about that. I'm excited to use it. The next is my social media and non-university work planner. So anything related to stories and stationery will go into this planner. It is a wine red planner cover from Jane's Agenda. This one was fall leaf, so this was kind of a splurge, but I love burnt orange. It's one of my faves. And so this is the wine red, kind of like a Merlot or a Pinot Noir, and it just looks gorgeous in person, almost a deep rouge or burgundy. And this is where I have all of my stuff for my social media plans. And this is definitely a Happy Planner cover. So I black expander disc. I am an expander disc girl because I'm a maximalist in every area of my life. And then finally, we have the Happy Planner cream. The Happy Planner cover. This is the Jane's Agenda. I believe it's not called cream. I'm thinking of it as a cream vegan leather cover because that's how I found Jane's Agenda in the first place, because I was really for a cream vegan leather cover for my, what I thought then would be my catch-all planner from Moterm. And I could not find the right color, and I kept searching and searching. And that is how I found Jane's Agenda and just fell in love with the company. And of course, this is the cloth and paper Merlot cloth and paper clip. So this is a planner that I will share a video that I filmed this summer about, and I probably will do some plan with me's talking more about this in due course. So let's put it back together. This is going to be my 2025 year planner stack. So there's kind of order than I had it originally. But again, just like you have different subjects in school, so too can you have different notebooks for various aspects of your life. Now, a word to the wise. I don't think it is very useful for you to worry about when and where and how you use your planners. So Will I write in each of these every single day? Absolutely not. I have a very demanding day job, responsibilities as an adult, as a family member, and as a person who is alive in 2025, right? But it doesn't mean that you can't have a planner stack if you're not going to be in some of these every day or every week. For instance, I know that I will be in this planner every single day of the week during the next semester. And then I will be in it probably less often during the spring summer months. This is my writing planner, and I plan to be here in the mornings as I'm documenting my progress towards my writing goals. This planner is going to be my social media planner, so I'm planning on doing work during the weekends. This is going to be more of a weekend planner. This is my financial planner, and if I'm not in here weekly, I need to be in here monthly. Weekly is even better, or twice a month at the bare minimum. And then finally, my personal planner, it's not here every weekend to every 2 to 3 weeks, then I'm off track. So you use these very differently. It is the same thing as with, let's move that aside and show you my journals. So I have fewer journals than planners, but I do keep 3 journals. This is a beautiful Levenger journal. I am easily marketed to. This is what Levenger sent to us as the cover of a catalog. Blue is my absolute favorite color. I adore blue. And so this sits on my desk and I write in it at night. I don't write in my big journal every night. I do write in my journal regularly. It's a pleasure to write in, and I have beautiful pens and now the Blackwing pencils, and that encourages that practice right before bedtime. And of course, I also have some lines a day, which is this 5 year memory book. So, along with the planner stack, I think you'll be able to see the edges of that. This is sort of where I am and how I plan to start the year. Now, if this seems like a lot, let me know in the comments. I know that many people are planning to just use one planner as forward, but I want to tell you why I chose to expand my planning system beyond just my initial successful attempt at paper planning in 2022. All right, then. So now I've introduced my planning system to you. Oops, I see something that I don't think you can from here. This is that cloth and paper clip. Let me show you what that is because I know that's irritating if and this was part of the Black Friday sale. That's why it's nice to sign up for some of these planner companies, even if you don't have tons and tons of cash, because they often run lucrative sales where you're able to pick up some things. This was available. I can't remember if it was for purchase or if you bought a certain amount of stuff. So this is one of their glossy signature clips, and I have this on my financial planner. I had a very consequential conversation with Vilissa Thompson in December 2021. Then we spoke again in January, and she suggested a number of different systems. The first she suggested was Happy Planner, and I immediately ran off to the races. She said, wait, there are others. There's Erin Condren. There are, and I just felt as if I needed some happiness in my planning. And so I was so delighted to see all the different kinds of planners that they had. And so by the middle of 22, I was ready for my what will become my first system. Now, I fell for the Work Plus Life Happy Planner. So this was new, I believe, for 2022, 2023, and had sort of the look of a bound cover or a bound or journal, but you still had the discs here. And that was something that Happy Planner aficionados who liked the flexibility of discs, they disliked but I loved. Shout out to Planning with Bumble as well. Mary Ellen is in my head, my planning uh first trainer, first, I don't even know what to call it. She's my teacher when it comes to how to discbound plan, especially if you're living with any kind of disabilities. She had this amazing starter video that got you started with the Happy Planner system. She gave us lots of tips. And so this was my first planner, and I really loved it because I could take it to work with me and it looked super professional, but I did have the flexibility of moving things around and customizing it. Let me see if I can turn to a page or a spread for an example. So by September of my first year in discbound planning, I was making full spreads. Let's see if I can show that. So you can kind of see all the everything in this everything planner. I have writing, have that I can check off with various people, tending to professor life, all the different roles I have at work, my weekend duties, things I had to worry about over the weekend. I also had three things you can do to enhance your mental well-being, and also ways that I was growing. So this was, I think, a sticker said how I'm growing, and I wrote, I am dropping fewer balls than this time last year. September 2022 was really a great month. I was on duty off campus, so I wasn't teaching, but I had my students I was mentoring. I was writing. I was just really adjusting to my new job. So let's see. Maybe I should switch back to the overhead camera. Give me 1 second and I will do that. And we're back. So these were my early spreads. I'm proud of them because I quite enjoyed decorative planning. I watched Planning with Bumble, Kelliva Plan, Kenya Patterson, I folks videos quite faithfully and learned what worked for me. So I decided, well, I'm not going to keep multiple planners because who does that? I am going to, um, I'm just going to like everything in one planner. It was fine during this first semester where I was not teaching. I was just my project. I was on several dissertations and I was doing a lot of my own writing. But I want to show you what happened when I got to January and I started teaching again. Yeah, I had time. What happened was I ended up catching up, I think during spring break 2023, and I felt so embarrassed. But again, Planning with Bumble is a channel that you should follow if you are interested in discbound planning and or the Happy Planner system, or like me, if you live with ADHD, anxiety, depression, anything that makes you neuro atypical. That means that we have good weeks, we have bad weeks. And so this was, I said, to 2023 began with a whirl. I had so much to do, two classes, both new to me, and I was a brand new co-chair of a department. So I just had fun during spring break, just relaxing and decorating because I caught up then. And so what I transformed the journal to was just doing these sort of weekly spreads, which are quite lovely. I'm so happy that I was able to do this. My mom had a stroke back on January 17th, 2023. She's moved in with me. Doing well. I still am her caretaker. She does need care. And so life was just lifing. I had so much going on. And so it just meant that I was not able to do this level of decorative planning going into most of the year. So you just see that I have like, I'm just going to sort of go through. So really couldn't get May. And then in May, I decided I was going to try daily planning. So I have some weekly spreads. This is part of a daily planner. I said, okay, maybe during the summers I can plan. I learned that yes, I can daily plan, but not when I'm traveling. So I only didn't travel in May. And so I was able to have fun with this sort of, happy planner based journaling, bullet journaling or junk journaling. But this was what I was able to do most of the month of May 23. And then I left and I did a residency in Virginia, and I came back and I had, I think, three other trips that summer. And I'm sad to say that I had a planner for 23, 24 that I just couldn't get into because I spent most of October through May of this past year, so October 23 to May 24, ill. And so, unfortunately, I just never got an opportunity to do much of this planner. So, I think September might have been the last time I was able to finish everything, like I finished all my to do 23. But then I get to my fall break. I went on a cruise with my sister during the fall break. And after that, you see, I made my spreads, but I was not able to continue. And by November, I was pretty sick. And this is the end of my 23, 24 journaling. And that is what me, the cloth and paper and Jane's Agenda systems, because when I went to look for the 24, 25 Happy Planner Work Plus Life Journal, so I could have my decorative planning and have it in this book, Happy Planner decided that they were not going to continue with this kind of cover, unfortunately, with the neutral rings. Well, I think they still have the neutral rings, but they're visible. So they're more like my at-home nighttime journal. This is definitely very, very, very of it. So the rings are visible, and oops, I can't show you. I didn't show you. Um, so it was no longer for me, and so I began doing some exploring. Having said all that, and brought you up to date, my stack, which you saw, and I don't think I can really show you from overhead very well, but that's the other side of my currency. All of my pens and everything except for the LV desk has been it. Well, there you have it, my whole story. That is how I became a discbound planner aficionado. Although I am no longer solely using Happy Planner products, let it not be said that I do not love Happy Planner. Here you see the first ever custom planner system. When I saw this advertised and it came in my email, I could not help but order one. And I am thinking about ways that I might use it. Let me know in the comments if you've ordered any of the Happy Planner custom planners that were released this fall. Tell me what you're using it for. Are you using it as a work planner, for your personal life, or financial, or some other reason? So let's get into it. So it came in this beautiful box. Remember, I told you half the fun of receiving boxes in the mail is that as a professional, a creative, mom or parent with a very busy life, you constantly are looking for storage. And this is a storage box extraordinaire. So it came in an outer package, but it also is an archival quality storage box, and I am going to get much use for it. On it, you have the Happy Planner logo, custom planner, and I am going to open it up so you can see what's in here. So here we have what I like to call the guts of the planner. I think I got that from Mary Ellen or from somebody else, Planning with Bumble, my planning mentor in my head. And I'll go over this in a minute. So you got to choose which format of planner that you would have. I've already taken that out, as you can see, when it first arrived. I think I got this about 3 months ago, long before I established the channel. Here are some of the covers, and I think that's the cover style, and remember, Happy Planner covers are reversible. So that's the back cover. This is Plans and Dreams. I wanted something that was neutral and that fit things already had. Here are the monthly dividers, and the cool thing about the custom planners is that you have a monthly divider that does not have the month calendar for the year on the back, because normally Happy Planner dividers, you have to do some hacking to reuse them year by year because they don't have a front and back. You just have the design on the front and then half the monthly calendar spread on the back. These are cool because you just get dividers. You have this tool. I'm so thrilled to have one because on Planning with Bumble, this is something that Happy Planner influencers would receive. So this makes it easy to line up the discs to snap in your covers, and I'll show that in a minute. And then of course, you know me, I love a tortoiseshell disc, and this is certainly an amazing size. I typically am in an expander disc. I do not have any classic size tortoiseshell discs, and so needless to say, I am very pleased with this. So this is all that came in the box. I have already done some of the plastic unwrapping because with me being a YouTuber, I'm thinking that's not going to work well on camera. And here is the inside of the box. You get the sort of Happy Planner logo. These are very colored discs, multicolored discs. And then you have the instructions. Your custom planner is finally here. A planner as unique as your life, with each page being a canvas for your aspirations, dreams, and goals. Take a moment each day to conquer tasks, foster creativity, record life's many milestones, and create space for self-nurturing. Your planner is your trusted companion on your journey, so we hope you use it to create the life you deserve and plan your unique happy. So this tells you everything here, how to assemble the discs and the modules. So let's get to assembling so you can see what a Happy Planner is all about. So we are going to start by opening up the discs, which is really, really fun. I'm so thrilled. I love tortoiseshell. You definitely saw them as the superstar of my work planner. And I'm going to show you, I do think I have my work planner right next door. And I'm going to show you the size difference if I can easily. I don't want to take apart the work planner, but this is the tortoiseshell expander disc. Let's get some light on that because it is a dark planner. And then this is do you see the difference? Maybe not. Yeah, you can see the difference. It is the classic size Happy Planner disc is 1.5, and the expander disc, if you can really see it. See how it fit in? And it fit completely here without me even moving it from the ring. So that shows you the size difference. And I learned pretty quickly that I would like the larger disc for planning purposes. Okay, so for the discs, and then what you do is you're going to line the discs up because this makes them a little less slippery. Like this, the disc in place while you are assembling things. Here. I'm so happy to have one of these because I've seen some of the planner folks I look up to using these, and I thought, wow, you have to be really, really special in order to have them, and now I have one. So this is how you line them up. You always get 11 discs with Happy Planner. Those are my 2 extra, and I am going to throw away the box because I have storage for my discs that I'm going to be showing you in a future video. All right, so we'll lay that aside. And I'm going to first put on my snap-in covers. Now, with Happy Planner, you have 2 different ways you can, probably 4, you have 2 different ways in which you can snap in your covers. You can use the way that it came, which is, ordered it. We have the plans and dreams, front and back, where you have sort of in the beige with gold writing, or you can reverse your covers, have the Plan a Happy Life on the front, and just have Plan a Happy Life, and then, this patterned cover. I think I'm going to just keep it as is for now, but it's always cool to have that flexibility, and you have it generally with most Happy Planner covers. And I'm going to snap the back cover in first because all of my planner elders have, you know, me well. Uh-oh. This, okay, that is harder than it looks because for 3 years I've been snapping in covers without this tool. And so now I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, you kind of have to get the knack of it. I just got so used to balancing things in, but that was way faster than what I usually do. I filmed a future video in which I show you one of my specialty journals from Happy Planner, and I did not yet have this unboxed, and so you'll see how I have been snapping in covers over the past couple of years, or actually 3 years, because I am going into my 4th year as a discbound planner now, which is why I finally felt confident enough to have a channel. All right, so now we can take, let's see, we'll close that and we'll take this out of this, and that's way faster than when you have to kind of up and then you're doing each side. Not such so, but this is pretty handy. I will keep you around for the future because you are constantly changing things in a discbound system. All right, so let's put in let's put aside the dividers and let's see what we have as part of our planner stack. See what we have as our planner stack. So we have putting the cover aside. Ooh, new disc. Trying to close it. Okay, we'll put that aside. This planner belongs to you, so you have sort of your name page. You have, ooh, look, a 25-26 calendar. That is right, 2026 is next year. That is just beyond to me. You get your Year at a Glance calendar. Some people don't like these. I love these because I get to map out with my vacations, my trips, major events, and I get birthdays, and I get to see it all in a glance. Then you have what is called the currently page. So you kind of have month at a glance. Going into the month, you get to list your priorities, what's important to you, and any notes. And there are so many great videos online showing you how the planner community uses these pages. You can use them for just about anything. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit manually, and yeah. So the currently page. So you do have a monthly page that's a little different than any other Happy Planner I've seen because you are going to be able to snap in the January planner, divider cover. So normally when you get a Happy Planner, the January tabs back will look like this, like there will be any separation. In the custom planners, you have a divider that separates this out. So you can, yeah, I like that. So you'll then have the separate title page for the month. That is new. That's not what they've looked like in the past. So you get this effect. You have your currently page, divider, then you have the calendar for the month. And that is normal for a Happy Planner month. You flip this page. Oh, and you know, you have notes on one side. So these are graph notes. Let's get that so you can see it a little closer. So you see there's graph notes. I did cover those up with boxes. You have all of your calendar holidays. It's hilarious. You have National Sticker Day is January 13th. That's hilarious. It's my sorority's Founders Day, but it's National Sticker Day, which is funny. And you're going to see planners do stuff for January 13th because we are sticker fans. New Year's Day, New Year is January 29th. And the King holiday is, of course, on the 20th. So MLK weekend is the 18th through 20th. Federal holiday here in the US. Now, for the monthly, I chose to have a monthly custom planner. So I have never been in a monthly happy planner. I don't know what I'll use this for. I probably will change things out of my personal planner. I am still deciding. This is an expanded currently section, which I absolutely love. And it's one of the reasons why I chose this planner. I have never used this kind before. So you have lots of different sections for monthly goals, for checklists, for habit trackers. So you get to tick off how often or how little you are doing something. You get to relist your monthly priorities, which you said back here, but then, maybe these are anticipatory priorities currently page. And then on your monthly goals pages, you firm those up. You also have some lined, you have a lined list here, you have graph here, you have dot here, you have dot, room here, and there are 1,000, and lines here. There are 1,000 different ways that you can use this for your own purposes. I strongly encourage you to check out some of the planners that I have mentioned who have some ways that you could set up monthly pages. Again, I can't recommend planning with Bumble enough for people who are brand new. There's also Keleva Plan, there is Squared Plans, Kenya Patterson, and others who I was watching during my first year. Then turning the page, you have daily task lists for each day of the month. So you get 6 circles here, and then you get lines that correspond to the circles. So you get, I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get 2 columns of 4. And so you have 8 days here, 16, 24, and then 32. So you have 32 spaces for 32 days worth of daily tasks. And then at the end, so here you have 31, they have a little don't forget graph. So let's see, can you see that? Oops, where's my lens? There you are. Don't forget graph. And then you turn the page and you have 2 notes pages. Take note. 2 lined note pages. And that's January. Each month is going to be the same. So we won't look at each month right now because trust me, they will be the same all the way until you get to December. So I think all there is left to do is to, and at the back you do get a piece of cardboard, cardboard that is classic size, always been handy, especially if you're planning to ever cut out scrapbook paper or do anything else. Wherever you are storing your planner supplies, I would recommend that you keep this square because it will make a great pattern for other projects. So, all right, so that is the custom planner that they give us. So let's go ahead and assemble this. There you have it, y'all. This is a really cool planner. I really think it was worth it just to see what Happy Planner is doing these days. I really love the tortoiseshell discs. I'm so glad I have them as part of my collection. I wonder if white discs or gold might have gone better with this cover, but I love tortoiseshell so much, I don't care. I will put it on just about everything. I don't mind. One cool surprise was that you get an extra month. So you get an undated monthly, just 1 month's worth, and it's month of, and you get to decide what that will be. You can letter it yourself. You have an undated monthly calendar spread, Sunday starts, and then you have your monthly goals, double page spread, which is really cool. And then you have your daily tasks, undated. Then you have your don't forget. I noticed that they have exactly 31 squares because there's never a 32 month. And with 4 pages with the daily task, you would get 32. You get a take note without 2 pages of notes, without having the month, and then a priorities list or currently for that next month upcoming. All in all, I just think this is a really good planner deal. You get discs, you get to pick your own cover, you get to pick which dividers you want, you get to pick which planner style. You can buy extras to place into the planner, and then you get this handy dandy little tool. Well, that is my planner journey. I am so grateful that you have chosen to spend a little time with me, and I have gone from happy planners to doing my own planning, which is also called Franken planning. Like Frankenstein, the girls community, or just people in the planner community call it Franken planning. And so I still do keep some of my happy planner beginnings in all of my planners, particularly the rings, particularly the discs. I do keep the discs, and I have a couple of magnetic clips that I got from Meyer, and I'll do a haul video at some point so you can see it. That's all for now. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey toward peace and productivity. Don't forget to like and subscribe, tell your neighbor and a friend, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.